Jesse in Dallas, Texas writes, Paul, I recently swapped out some tubes and added a new amplifier in my system. Okay. And the sound is to die for. Awesome. Good work, sir. Well, at least for me it is. However, when I play poorly recorded music that I love, I cannot fully enjoy them as much as I used to. What are my options here? I like the neutral, slightly warm, very revealing sound of my system, but I miss the gooey warmth. That sounds gross. Gooey, I love it. Gooey warmth that helped mask the imperfections in some of my favorite albums. Would lowering the amplifier damping factor be the best solution, and what would be the trade-offs of doing so? Or should I just accept the fact that bad recordings are just bad recordings and move on? Gosh, that's a tough one, man. That is a tough one. Because as a certified lunatic myself, I can't condone, I can't fathom, and I'm not going down the road of degrading my system so that bad recordings are not so noticeable. And that's what you're talking about doing. It's like, oh boy, I can't think of a good analogy, but part of the problem with getting a better stereo system, getting great speakers, getting great amplifiers, is that more and more is revealed to us. And that's what we're trying for. We want more, right? We want to I want to hear more into the music. I want to hear how that thing was recorded. I want to hear everything there is to hear on a recording. And look, I get it. I bring people here, and I usually, when we play in Music Room 3, they'll want to hear the system. Like they say, wow, these speakers are so cool and all that. And we listen, and I'll explain to them. In high-end audio, one of the goals is to not have sound come from the speakers. These speakers absolutely disappear. Absolutely disappear. They're gone. Everything you hear is back here. Everything is disjointed, disconnected from the speakers. There's this gorgeous sound stage, and people their jaws drop. It's like, wow. And they hear that. Now, I have a track list of ones that I go through, and I play it because they show off these qualities really, really well. And then they'll say, wow, could I hear something that I'm familiar with? Sure. And we'll put on their track, whatever it might be, and they go, oh, that sounds awful. And that's always a disappointment, isn't it? Because now what you're hearing is, yeah, that really was a bad recording, and that really is a good recording. It's like looking with a magnifying glass. Your system can get to a point that you rise above all of that, but it's rare. And I think the answer that you want is, it should never be such that you can't listen to bad music. So in that example I just gave here, they'll go, oh, I thought that was such a great recording. But they still enjoy it. They still listen to it, and it's like, yeah, I can hear that it's flat. I can hear that it's truncated or over-processed. But the music's still great, and it doesn't light your hair on fire. Because I have heard, there's that interim step in equipment where you go from mediocre, gooey, warm system. I love it. Gooey. I'm going to steal that, actually. All right. So in our gooey, warm system, we've cleaned it up, and it sounds, good stuff sounds really great. But now, all of a sudden, our old stuff is to the point where we can't listen to it. You can do better than that. You absolutely can do better than that. And don't start messing with your damping factor and all that. Better equipment handles worse recordings in a way that isn't irritating and bad. And that's where you're going to have to work towards getting up. It could be setup, it could be your speakers, it could be any number of things to elevate the system. But you're at the point of that dip right now where you got it good enough, but bad things still sound really bad, irritatingly bad. You want to move forward, get beyond that point, and then life will be good. Okay. Thanks for the question. Good luck with that. Bye.